Let's go to our next caller from the 918 area code. Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, hello again. My name is Philip from Tulsa.
Great. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm mostly angry about how with the camp. Well, not necessarily a campaign anymore, but with the administration and how they're sort of giving tips towards other judicial branches about how they should investigate themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't appreciate that one bit. It's like how Trump might give a phone call, or some staffer might give a phone call to a court saying, "Hey, we don't really mean that," or Trump calling the head of the FBI like, "Hey, do you think you can monitor my White House correspondent phone calls? Because you should investigate this. You should investigate this and not investigate what you're currently investigating. Because why not?
Yeah. What you're getting at here, so here, listen, what you're getting at here is something I've talked about, which is what I've dubbed regressive populist authoritarian tendencies of Trump. A key aspect of that is the blurring of, weakening of, or elimination of the checks and balances and separations of power that are sort of like a key aspect of the United States of America and how government is supposed to operate. And you're absolutely right. I mean, the request, and it seems like Sean Spicer, the White House press secretary, orchestrated this request to the FBI to come out and say, hey, there's no Russia stuff, or whatever the case was that he wanted them to say. Yeah, there's no boundaries right now. And the worst part of it is the following. Number one, the supposedly Constitution-loving Trumpists, they're basically silent on this because they believe that the means justify the ends. They believe that we need this so-called drain the swamp outsider, which Donald Trump is not. They believe we need exactly what it is that Donald Trump is doing. They're not complaining about what it is that's going on. And House Republicans and Senate Republicans, who at least for now are hoping to ride the Trump train into re-election in 2018, they're not going to call it out. You hear a couple people, Lindsey Graham has expressed concern, John McCain has expressed some concern, but by and large, unless Trump's approval rating gets into the mid-20s where Republicans start jumping ship, there's not going to be anybody to call Trump out on this stuff. And I agree with you, it's dangerous.
I just want to say this in the most simplest terms. Like, what if I, like a police officer or an investigator, was investigating you for a crime that you may or may not have committed, but then you call me and say, hey, why don't you look in this storage box, because this storage box might have something against the other person you might be prosecuting instead of me.
Absolutely.
That is completely unethical. That is the simplest term that I'm putting out, but it's exactly what is happening here, and I can't stand for it. I'm just going crazy here. Every week I hear something new, and it's like,
Yep, every day at 3:54 a.m. or roughly that time, something crazy happens. I'm on board with you. I really appreciate the call. Share your frustration for sure, and we'll keep reporting on it. That's one thing that we can do. Let's talk again soon. Appreciate the call.